Hello, friends. Just past 2 o'clock here on the Jen Stampin' for Fun Facebook page. So every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I love to hop on and share a little bit of stamping, a little bit of crafty inspiration. Hopefully you'll join me and connect and just get some happy stamping fun on a Tuesday afternoon. The weather outside for us here in Markham is a little bit gloomy, but it's not super cold. So for that, I am super grateful. So great, let me know if you're joining in, because anyone who joins in and comments, if you comment and just let me know you're here, it's fantastic. It makes me feel good that I'm not alone. Also feels good to be able to share something with others. I'll enter you into a drawing. So all you have to do is comment and let me know you're here and you'll be entered into the drawing. Hi Bev, hi Christine, great. Also makes me feel like I'm in the right place. Who knows where I'm going Facebook Live sometimes. I'm getting pretty familiar with using Facebook now, but I still have this fear that I've pushed a wrong button or gone somewhere weird. So I don't know if you guys ever have that worry that you're going to be pushing the wrong button somewhere on technology land and end up somewhere that you didn't mean to be, but I still have that fear every now and again. Oh, great, Jewel got on. You're watching live this week. That's fantastic. Okay, so we are at the start of a new month. Happy November, everybody. And if you're anything like me, we had Halloween. And actually Halloween, we didn't give out as much candy as we had hoped because it was raining. It's kind of crummy weather. But we're into a new month. And so that means there's a new product that I want to showcase this month. If you guys have been tuning in each week, you'll know that last month I focused on the very cute Snowman Season stamp set. And hopefully I gave you some good ideas each week on different ways to use it and to be inspired and stamp and all of that. So hopefully I can continue that this month. I am going to be using a new suite this month, the Christmastime is Here suite. So I will certainly tell you more about it. I'm realizing I should have printed out a flyer for myself so that I could show you the flyer, but that's okay. I'll put all the information about it when I edit the post once this video goes live. Okay, I know, Gunjan, I read your comment from last week that you wanted to use that Snowman Season stamp set, and you still haven't. A whole week has gone by. So I encourage you, Gunjan, go for it and use the stamp set. Okay, so anyone just tuning in, don't be shy, comment, because I enter you into a drawing, anyone who comments. And speaking of drawing, Joy Thompson was the winner of last week's drawing. So thank you for commenting and watching, Joy. You will be receiving a Stampin' Right marker in the mail. And it's a red one, a lovely lipstick one, I believe, so that you can enjoy some holiday crafting with it. Okay, so why don't we just dive in? And I'm going to try to flip the camera over and I will show you this suite that we're going to be showcasing. One thing you need to know about this suite that I'm showcasing, the Christmastime is Here suite, very important to know, is that it was just released November the 1st. So it's now only available November 1st. It's really only for the month of November that it's available, or while supplies last, which is like the scariest phrase in the world, in the Stampin' Up! World anyway. So what that means is Stampin' Up! Hopes that they bought enough inventory and stuff for this suite so that we can enjoy it and take advantage as a special offer just in November. But things happen and some things sell out and they're not going to be restocking because it's just a limited time offer. So that's what you need to know. So if you love anything that I'm showing you today, don't be afraid to let me know you'd like to purchase it or hop on my online store, because you just don't know how long it'll be around. Hopefully for the month of November, but we don't actually know. So that's why I, in my technique class yesterday, we used it and I made sure to let everyone know. I know it's early in the month, but don't wait if you want to enjoy it. So let me show you the products and we'll get stamping. Hi Sherry, I'm glad you're able to join in. Okay, let's see if I can flip this around without too much hassle. I already sadly dropped my phone once just getting ready for this. Okay. Okay. I'm having trouble getting this. Here we go. Sorry, guys. This is the worst part. Hi, Maureen. I'm glad you're on. Hi, Karen. Okay. So I think we're good here. Hopefully you guys can see what's going on down here. Let's see if we can showcase some of the products from this suite. Okay, so this bundle, there's a ton of stuff. So let's go through it one at a time so that you're familiar with everything that is available as part of this limited time suite. Okay, it's called The Christmastime is Here. Let's see whether I can get rid of some of that shadow there. Okay, so you can tell I've already been using this paper. Let me move some of it out of the way so that you can see. Of course, it's double-sided, but you can see that there is gold foil embedded right in the paper. It is double-sided, so there is sort of a matte, like a side without the gold foil. Very festive colors, nice for the season, but it doesn't have to be used for Christmas, right? So this one with the roses could be used at other times of the year, even though it does have sort of festive colors to it with the red and the green. But I could even see it being used for a wedding. So you can see some of the different designs here. It looks like you get 4 of each design. Okay, so, and they're double-sided. So here's the other side so that you can see. Okay, so that gives you a taste of some of the paper. Yep, there's the other side here. Okay, and then here's this one. Okay, I love this one. You're going to see what's special about this one. Maybe I'll come back to this in a minute. Okay, so that's the designer series paper included in the suite or bundle. I believe they're calling it the Christmastime is Here suite. And then this is the stamp set, the Christmas Rose stamp set. This is what I'm going to be using today, so I'll talk more about it, but this is the stamp set. This is the coordinating dies. There are 7 dies. I'll open them up so that you can see. So this large one will cut out this image here. Okay, and as well there's 2 label dies. There's some nice flourishes here and some other fun dies as well, decorative dies. Okay, so that's the dies that coordinate with this. So you could buy just the dies, you could buy just the stamp set, or you could buy just the paper. When you buy the dies and the stamp set together, there is a bundle price where you save 10%. What else is a part of this suite is this gorgeous gold ribbon. Okay. If you're just joining in, don't be shy. Say hi. Let me know that you're there because comments do get entered into a drawing. So there's the ribbon. And then there's these gold faceted gems. I don't know. Video never does it justice, these gems. And some of the glimmery stuff. And then there's also a bracelet included as a part of this bundle suite. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this up. Hopefully you can see there's a beautiful rose here and then a Stampin' Up, so that's kind of fun too. There you go. So you can actually get everything. So the dots, the ribbon, the bracelet, the paper, all of that. You can also get that as a bundle code, which I also believe you save 10%. Okay, so any questions about what's included and what's a part of this suite? So just a reminder that it is only available. Oh, see, it comes in such a nice box too. It is only available for the month of November or while supplies last. So if there's anything you see from this Christmastime is Here suite, don't hesitate to just hop online and shop and use the host code so that you can nab it before supplies run out, because they're only offering it while supplies last. Or for the month of November, kind of whichever comes first. Okay, so let me show you the card we're going to make today, and it's actually the one that we did in our technique class yesterday. Oh, actually, before I get into the card, I do want to show you, I said I was going to come back to this paper. let me show you what's kind of cool is that this pattern on the paper, this one here, there's a few of them on each sheet. It actually is sized perfectly so that the die will fit and coordinate. Can you see that? So it will cut it right out. So you don't need to fussy cut it out if you want to use that, that beautiful image there. Okay, so that's one of the nice perks of the coordinating products, and Stampin' Up! Is always really thoughtful about how they design things. So they, I know for sure it was not an accident that this design coordinates perfectly with the die so that you can cut it out. Okay, so let's move this. Oh, see, here's an example. I was cutting one out the other day. See how you can do that? Okay, so let's get right into the stamping here. We're actually not going to use the paper today, but as you know, those of you who have tuned in on my Tuesday at 2 videos before will know that I showcase a product of the month. So this suite is going to be the product for the whole month, so I'm sure you will get a chance to see the paper in action later. But let's focus today on the stamp set. I think it's really important to get a good idea of how you can use this stamp set, because when I initially got this stamp set, there were a few things that I found quite interesting. One is that this rose stamp, this outline one, is a cling rubber stamp. Okay, so it's using our red rubber. But the other stamps in this part are photopolymer. Okay, they are not red rubber. So because they were different like that, I didn't think, like I just thought, okay, this is a nice stamp, I can color it, and then, oh, this is a nice stamp, I can build it. I didn't really understand that these two were really intimately connected. So I'm going to show you today the card that we did in technique class. Thanks so much to a demonstrator in the UK who did a YouTube video, I'm sorry I don't have her name, that kind of really gave me an idea on how all the pieces work together. So the number one thing we're going to use today, and is our very good friend, is the Stamparatus. I don't know if you're familiar with the Stamparatus. If you're not, you'll see how it works today. But basically the idea of the Stamparatus is that it is a perfect placement tool. So the stamp, you can just mount it right onto the plate. Okay, so instead of mounting it on a block, you'd mount it on the plate and you can stamp just like that. So I'm just going to create the card, and hopefully through that you will see how to use the Stamparatus and how it works. Okay, if people are still joining in, don't be shy, just say hi and let me know you're there. Okay, so let's create this card today. I have pre-cut most of the pieces, and this is a cherry cobbler piece of cardstock cut at 5.5 by 8.5. So this will be our card base. We'll just fold it in half, and that will be our card base. I don't know where my bone folder is at the moment, but okay. Put that aside. And then what I did is I cut a piece of Whisper White cardstock, cut at 5.5 and 4.25 inches. So basically just a quarter sheet of the Whisper White cardstock. And I'm going to just pop it in my Stamparatus, making sure that it's right in the corner. And on the bottom here we have some magnets. Now I'll tell you, these magnets are very strong. Actually, yesterday at technique class, one of my customers who came, she put a tape on it because she said, oh, it'll be easier to hold, which is great, but they're so strong already. I think one of the tapes broke off, but it's fine. The trick here is these two magnets must not be near each other, okay, because they are so strong. They will just like get stuck together, break when they hit each other. If your finger gets caught in between, oh my, that happened to me, and my finger had a blister on it for quite a while. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the Sahara Sand ink, and this is just to give a little bit of outline to the stamp. Okay, so it doesn't have to be perfect or dark or anything like that, but it's just to give us an idea of the stamp here. Okay, so with the Stamparatus, I find that the parts near the hinge need a little extra push to make sure that it gets on there. Okay, that's actually great. But if I'll hold it up so you can see how much detail is in that stamp. It's fantastic. But if it didn't stamp fantastic, the great thing about the Stamparatus is you just close it up, you do it again, and it'll be in exactly the same spot. So it's perfect. It's perfect that way. That's a great feature of the Stamparatus, is that it kind of helps you fix stamping mistakes sometimes. Okay, so we've got our outline, and then now we're going to use, let me close my ink pad before I stick my elbow in it, which I have been known to do. Okay, so these pieces are meant to fit exactly in here. That's what I didn't understand the first time I used this set. So these pieces, and so that's why there's these little holes, because they're meant for the berries. So I'm going to show you how you can perfectly place that. So what I did, okay, is that I'll take this off, although I'm almost afraid to take it off. So you'll see, oh, here, I'll hold it. It's out of the camera. I already have it mounted on my Stamparatus here. But to get it onto this plate, what I actually did is I kind of laid it on top. Sorry, I might have to get my head in the camera here to try to make sure I'm lining it up okay. Okay. Hopefully I've got it. It's hard to see, but once you have it lined up the first time, then all you have to do is kind of put your plate on and it will pick it up. Okay, oh, I have a little problem here. I'll tell you what my problem is. You have to remember, because this is rubber, you use it like this. Whenever you're using photopolymer with the Stamparatus, you need to use this foam mat. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to, and remember, we're keeping the magnets far away from each other because they are not friends. They will, or maybe they're really good friends. They're fatally attracted to one another. Okay, so then we'll put the mat on, and then we'll put the magnets on. Okay, and then we're going to use cherry cobbler ink. How's everyone doing out there? You're watching intently? I haven't seen any comments for a while, so I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. And then what I'm doing, so just I'll move this over so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm inking up the rose with the red, and so we'll see if I put it in the right spot there. And then all we have to do is kind of close the plate and push. Okay, so let's see how accurate I was when I was mounting that. That's pretty good. Okay, so I was a little bit off, but it's okay. So I think my cherry cobbler is running low, but it's no problem. I can just ink it up again. You can see I kind of missed over here a little bit. Okay, so we'll just ink it up again. I don't think I did that great a job. It was better before, but anyway, okay. And we'll just push in the part that is missing. Now, because this is a distinctive kind of style of stamp, there is a very natural, there we go, there's a very natural sort of darkness and lightness about it. That's actually part of the charm. There's nothing wrong with the stamp. It's part of the charm to have darker parts and lighter parts. That's how the stamp was designed. Okay, and then I've already mounted all the leaves. And so this is the great thing about the Stamparatus plates. You can use one side, and you can use the other side. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one with the Mossy Meadow. After class last night, all my ink pads probably need to be juiced up, so I don't know how dark it's gonna come out, but let's see what we can get here. Okay, and these plates are very easily washed just in the sink with mild soapy water or baby wipes or anything. Okay, and can you see how it just, it fits perfectly? It's amazing. It was pretty amazing, bad amazing, when I couldn't figure out how these leaves were supposed to go together and all of that. But now that I see that they fit right on top of the outline image, now everything is good. Everything is good. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And then there's even the berries. Where are my berries? I had them here, mounted somewhere. Sorry guys. Oh, they're right here, right on my table. Okay, so all these little berries are part of the stamp set. So what we'll do is we will take off this plate. So I do like having an extra plate on hand. So your Stamparatus comes with 2 plates, but you can buy extra plates. They are still available, I believe. So it's part of the Stamparatus accessories that you can get. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so that is pretty much it. I was a little bit off, but anyway, you get the idea. So see how the outline, we filled it all in, not by coloring with markers or not by coloring with blends, but literally by using the stamps and filling in. Okay, so the pine cones actually worked better just by eyeballing. Okay, so the pine cone is here. I've already mounted it, and we're going to use a soft suede ink to stamp that. Okay, so no glasses. We're just going to go for it. I don't know why I always forget my glasses here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we've got our pine cone. So we could stop there. We could cut it out. It'll be great. But for a little extra wow, let me show you what we're going to do. Put the magnets back on. Oh, no, actually, we're going to switch back to this rubber stamp. And remember, whenever you're using rubber, we need to take away this foam mat. Okay, magnets go away. Move the foam mat. Make sure this is in the corner. Okay, and we'll put our magnets back on. We'll move this and we'll go to here. So what I'm going to do, I had used Sahara sand on this before. I'm just going to clean it with our Simply Chamois here. Let me just give it a little bit of a clean. And I'm going to stamp on top of our image here, but I am going to use my embossing buddy. So anytime you do any heat embossing, it's great when you can kind of give the paper a little rub with this little pillow, the embossing buddy. Kind of takes away the static so that when we use our sticky ink pad, this is Versamark ink pad, hopefully the embossing powder will just stick to the ink, not kind of sit on other parts of the paper. Okay, so I'm trying to be really generous with the Versamark here. And we're going to go right on top. Okay, remembering to push a little harder near the hinge. Okay, now the problem is you won't be able to see if the Versamark went on properly, but it's okay. Okay, so we'll just put that on there. Okay, and I'm going to take my piece of paper. Okay, we'll move our Stamparatus out of the way. Okay, and let's pour some gold embossing powder. So this is gold embossing powder. We're going to pour it on top. Okay, and so the embossing powder will stick to the, something got shifted on my Stamparatus. I see that's not exactly perfect. Not as perfect as it was yesterday, but it will still give the idea. Okay, so we've got our little pieces here. And to help our embossing powder last longer, I like to funnel the extra back into our little jar here. So what I do is I just fold my paper and I create a little funnel. Okay, and then we can just funnel it back into the jar. So that makes our embossing powder last a lot longer. Okay, so then what we'll do is we will heat it up. Now this part, I don't know, it's going to make a loud noise here, but hopefully you can still hear as I heat it up. I'm using our heat tool on the high setting. Okay. And then we'll heat it up. I don't know if you can see, it's starting to change now. Can you see how it starts to magically go golden? Okay, so you get the idea on how, so some of it's done, not all of it's done. But it's quite a wow effect when you add that extra golden layer. And so it's easy to do with the Stamparatus. Okay, so let's finish off the rest of our card. Because once we, oh, yeah, maybe I do need to. Anyway, okay, let's just finish off the rest of our card. Okay. Let's take this out. So this is Mossy Meadow, cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. We're going to put it right on top here of our Cherry Cobbler card base. Hi, Mary. I'm glad you commented. It's good to kind of see you, hear from you. I haven't seen you in a long time. Okay, so this is Whisper White cardstock, cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and it's been embossed with the Country Floral embossing folder right there. Okay, and then this is one of the dies in the Roses die that comes as a part of the bundle. So I'm just going to glue it on using some of the fine tip glue here. Okay. See if we can, and I just, you don't need to cover every single part of it. I just put a few drops in between the lattice just so that it'll kind of stay put. Okay, it does dry quite quickly on the paper, so you don't want to take too long applying it, but just a little bit. We'll put it on here and hold it down, and that'll be good. Okay, and then we'll stamp the sentiment in Cherry Cobbler. And then this is one of the tag dies that is in the Roses die in this suite. Okay. There we go. Okay, and then we can put some little gems in the corner. Those beautiful, beautiful gems that are a part of the suite, which I don't know where I put right now. Oh, see, I just put my thumb right in the Mossy Meadow. I knew it would happen when you don't close your lids. That's what happens. Okay, so some of these gold faceted gems. Now I do find you have to be a little bit careful when taking them off, because if you rush, then kind of part of the gem gets left behind. So I find just kind of peeling back and making sure you get your finger or your little tool right underneath. Then that way you'll get the whole gem. You can just stick it right on there. Okay, so we'll get that one. There we go. Okay, a little crooked, but we got the idea. Okay, so let me show you the finished card. Because this rose would be cut out. This rose would be cut out with the die, the coordinating die. And then this would be your finished card right here. Okay, hopefully you can just see the extra glimmer and shine. What do you guys think of this suite? You don't notice some of the beauty till after you start using it. Like, it was just amazing how the outline was able to be filled in so completely. Okay, so this outline was able to be filled in so completely by these little pieces here to end up with a really nice finished look. Okay, so that is the card for this week. Remember, this suite is only available while supplies last for November. So don't hesitate. I didn't tell you about my ordering special for November. So online ordering special. So this special is only available to those of you who order online. Of course, you can always contact me and place an order, and I can help you do it if you're not comfortable with the online system. But what you do is you go to genevieve.stampinup.net, click the Shop Now button, and there's on the left side, there's places you can choose different categories. I believe this Christmastime is Here suite is one of the categories that you can browse. And you can add it to your cart and everything. So any online orders using this host code in November will get you my 12 Days of Christmas crafting tutorials. So you will get 12 tutorials that feature Christmas projects. So some might be cards. A lot of it will probably be little 3D things or gift card holders, something like that. So I have 12 days of Christmas crafting tutorials for you, anybody who purchases any amount on my online store using this host code. Now, if your order is $50 or more, I'll also throw in a package of beautiful rhinestones for you. Okay, so that is the ordering special for November. Just make sure to use this code. Don't forget to take advantage of the Christmastime is Here suite. And remember, any order in November before the last Wednesday in November, that's when I close off the code because that's when I have my Sweet and Simple class. Any online orders will get you my 12 days of Christmas crafting tutorials. And any orders that are over 50, not only will you get those 12 tutorials, you will also get a package of rhinestones from me, because who can't use more rhinestones? Nobody. Everybody can use more rhinestones. I could use more rhinestones. Anyway, thanks for tuning in today, where I got to introduce you to the new product of the month, which is the Christmastime is Here suite, which includes a lot of variety of different products, such as the gems, the stamp set, the dies, the ribbon, the bracelet. All of that is a part of this suite. So it's only available while supplies last. Hopefully you will tune in next week. Thank you for joining me this week. If you haven't commented, make sure you do so that I know that you joined in and can be entered in the drawing. But make sure to tune in next week, Tuesday at 2, to see what I will be crafting with this suite next week. Thank you. Bye. I know. Oh, I should have turned it around. Oh, well, I keep forgetting. Anyway, bye, everyone. Have a good afternoon.